Susul.
Expecto
Patronum.
It's Leviosa!
Wingardium
Swish and flick.
Lumos.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to Under the Plumbob, the podcast about all things related to our favorite game, The Sims. This podcast is brought to you by a few people with similar interests in all forms of The Sims, and also puns. This episode, it is a special episode of Social Bunny because we're talking about witches, bitches. Realm of Magic is here, and we're going to talk about it along with some news items, but mostly Realm of Magic. I'm Caitlin.
Oh, hi. I'm Vanity, the not normally on Social Bunny of Team Cowplant. Hi.
And I'm Ava, a second part of Team Cowplant and also not normally on Social Bunny. But since we're talking about witches, I mean, come on.
We took over.
Who better talk about witches? I mean, I'm just saying.
Exactly.
We all have wands and pointy hats, and we're ready to go.
I have a Ravenclaw robe.
Ooh.
I'm mega nerd. Let's go with it.
Oh,
I have a Ravenclaw scarf, and I'm currently knitting a Slytherin scarf.
I can see my Hufflepuff scarf over there.
My best friend knit me a Ravenclaw scarf and a Ravenclaw beanie because back then they didn't have anything besides Gryffindor and Slytherin. So she now they do, but they didn't like a couple of years ago. They did not. So
Now there's an idea. If I have any yarn left over, I might do a beanie.
you should.
But we're not here to talk about knitting. We're here to talk about
The Sims.
magic, I mean, among other things.
Magic. Oh, sorry. I got to think of that stupid Funny or Die video with Elizabeth Hart.
Oh.
And she's sitting in the, I think she's talking to Salem, and she's just like, magic, cup. And she, it's really funny. And then at the end of it, you realize she's not doing anything. Like, she's just yelling at herself.
I have no idea what this is about.
That's how I do magic.
Me too. I will definitely link that in the show notes.
Please do, because last time you linked us the she shed, and I am just delighted.
She should.
I'm so happy that this is in my life now.
You're welcome.
Sally sold 2 shells by the she shed.
She shed.
She shed.
All right, guys. So, let's talk about first. Let's get some housekeeping out of the way. Housekeeping.
Ooh.
Ooh. That would be initially. Let's just talk about the actual patches and stuff like that. Are we doing that first, or
Yeah, we could do that, and then do the
Okay. So
something that came out before Realm of Magic.
So first of all, Realm of Magic was teased way back in October. Nope, sorry, it's not October yet. It's August. Get your life together.
Yep.
In August. So they was tweeting about it, and it was all like, "Yay, we're gonna get magic!" And then August 20th, they were like, "Here's a trailer for magic," and everybody lost their mind because it was a university.
We went. Well, half the people lost their minds, and the other half of people just went, "It's our time," and we put on our robes.
And we were like, "We're going to Hogwarts, bitches!"
we grabbed our cats and we made our way to the nearest train station to look for platform 9 3/4 because we're going back to Hogwarts.
Going to Hogwarts, bitches!
I'm gonna get back to school.
Oh man, that's such a good musical.
It really is.
It's so good.
So good.
The audience is so high, and it makes it so worth it.
Right.
Okay.
And then on September 6th, they also did a preview video. It's my birthday. They did a preview video, and they also
especially for Caitlin's birthday.
Yes, this was done for all. This patch is for all the Virgos on our team. There's so many of us. Ava's one.
Yep.
Roxy's one.
Yep.
I'm a bull. Mess with the bull, you get the horns. Me. I don't know what that meant. Proceed on.
We're so sorry, whoever has to edit this video. Apologies right now.
Okay.
Anywho, that's if I'm not mistaken, that's the September 6th video was with a voiceover by Morgan, and it also announced that the console release date was October 15th. So it's not too far away.
Look,
I think they got a little over a month difference, so they're getting close. They're getting a little bit better at squishing the console and the regular releases.
I just sometimes feel really bad for the console people. Like, they see all this hype and jazz and all these things happening, and then they're like, "Hi, it's not for you. You can't sit with us
At least
now."
they get to know if something is shit before it comes out. They have people who test it for them, and then they get to know, like, oh, yeah, I don't want that.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious if patching things on PC is easier than patching things on console.
I don't know.
Because maybe they want to see if there are any bugs in the pack when it releases on PC, so they can definitely make sure that shit's not in there when they ship it for console.
Possibly.
That might be a bigger problem, maybe.
Huh.
We don't
I'm
know.
curious now.
So, on the trailer that was released, though, it showed Morgan as a sage, and they visit the floating city for the first time, and some people were like, Morgan appears to be gender fluid, and they were like super excited. They're like, and then there was a rumor that the trailer showed a werewolf, but sidebar, guys, there's no freaking werewolves.
Yeah, no.
It was just a potion being drunk. Still magic, not a
werewolf, though. So they did like some gameplay features, and it was a voiceover by Morgan themselves, and it announced the console release, like Caitlin said. But the voice actor is Kenton Chin. They have a Twitter, and it's all cool, and they're great. So Kenton.
Oh, he's on Postmodern Jukebox?
Jukebox.
They're fun. I know who that is. They're on YouTube a lot.
Okay, so guys, with new content comes a new patch first. So you always, like, if you've noticed, if you've played The Sims for any amount of time, you notice that before they release any kind of game pack or any kind of anything, they always release a patch first. Just a little side note, in case you don't know and you don't follow us on social media, which you should, before you download a patch, always back up your shit and take out your mods.
Yep. Take out your mods, back up your shit, then update.
Yes.
If you have that automatic update thing switched on Origin, switch it off.
Yeah, turn it
Don't
off.
be like me. Don't do it down.
Who has that on? Turn it off. They ask me every single time, and I'm like, maybe not. Fuck you, Origin.
I don't have a lot of mods, and I just re-download MCC a lot, so I have it because I only have one custom content thing in there and one mod, unless we're doing it for this podcast.
Okay, so the September 4th patch, when it came out, it had some cool stuff, along with like fixing some shit. It also had freaking configurable stairs, which I know that a lot of people were like, people who build shit, people who aren't me, were like super excited about. So basically,
I don't even build, and I was excited. My sister was like, oh, our childhood home, we can finally build. It was never buildable before, but now we can actually build we can do the challenge. The new home, our old home challenge. You couldn't do that before.
So basically, you place...
Same. I can do that now, too.
My home didn't have stairs, So place any set of stairs down in build mode, and you notice a new widget that appears. It's a box with 2 arrows attached to it. Grab onto that with your cursor and drag, and suddenly your stairs will be spent at 90 degrees. What?
It takes so little to make sense people lose their minds. This was literally just everyone was like, "Oh my god, stairs! We can bend the stairs."
I was super
no spiral staircases.
I was super excited about that. Yeah, no, not spiral staircases. I was super excited about the stairs. Fun fact: still haven't used them because I don't build. I was like, "Oh my god, these stairs! I can finally start building now." No.
Same.
I was like, that's awesome.
No.
I still won't build it. I haven't even played with it.
I still play
the same thing with the terrain tool. I was like, that's awesome. I still have not used it.
I still play with the pre-made rooms. I'm just like, box. That's how I build my houses.
Box. You're lucky if I redecorate.
To be fair, I do like redecorating. Like for my second Realm of Magic playthrough, yes, I'm on my second one. Don't ask why. I got my girl moved into a like really, really worn down cottage. It was for like a like an abandoned cottage for like a fixer-upper challenge or something. So there were like cobwebs everywhere and cracks in the wall, and it was just a mess. So I've been like doing that up bit by bit, and it's looking pretty good now. And that is fun. I do enjoy like taking something that's been completely wrecked and making it pretty.
It's a metaphor for life.
Exactly.
So also we got some 5th anniversary stuff. So that game, Sims 5. So
you know
the future.
Freudian slip.
Right. So you got new clothing, new build content, and new objects. So you got like a men's long blazer, things I probably would never know because I don't make them in. Women's summer party full body outfit. You got like a new gnome holding a platter, but don't worry, that gnome is not interactive during Harvest Fest, so like he won't move, so you can put him in your house.
He showed up as one of my gnomes on Harvest Fest, and you can't appease him because I got my notes out to update the notes for the gnome chart, and I was like, oh, he's just
there.
He's just here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fine. You won't get any coffee then.
You won't get nothing.
Getting Nathan. No, Nathan.
Getting Nathan? Nathan?
Yeah, it's a weird thing that when I was drunk one time in like my early 20s, I thought I was saying nothing, but I was saying Nathan instead. So I keep saying it now. Anyway, so also this inspired some stupid kind of controversy, but usually just with lots of like douches. Sorry. If you're like upset about this, you are a whole entire douche. So there was not the gnome. There was Muslim inspired clothing. Like you had jobs, and it was so cool. And I was like,
really cool to see.
I was like, so cool. And then like I saw like throughout the community, some people were like upset about it, and I'm like,
well, they suck.
You weren't upset about Father freaking Winter. You weren't upset about Christmas trees. You weren't upset
or the menorahs that are in there.
Get your life.
Menorahs in the game.
I bet those are the same people who got upset when Starbucks changed their Christmas cups.
Probably.
There's no war on Christmas.
There's no war on Christmas. We're not all Grinches here. Get your life together. Anyway.
Yeah. Also, hey, guess what? Happy fucking holidays.
So, BTW. So now these are the fixes that came with it. So Mac players, which I mean is not me, but should be able to see skin details and tattoos sticking to all outfits, not just like
that's good.
different ones. Toddlers should be able to drink from sippy cups again. Fill empty homes should work again.
Boo.
Sims, including children, can drown again.
There were so many notes in the patch. They're all like this. Okay, these groups of people can drown again. These people, like, it was in 3 different places in the patch that different people could drown again. It was like, could no one drown when Island Living got updated?
Children can drown. Rejoice.
Yeah. Roxy laughed so evilly when she read that note.
The Facebook functionality has been retired. What the fuck was that even? What does that even mean?
No one's gonna match No, we don't want to match our Facebook with anything. Leave us alone.
I didn't know that was even an option because I didn't do it.
There was a Facebook functionality?
I remember in Sims 3 there was.
I remember that too.
But nobody used it. I think it was you had to go into game options to do it.
Yeah, that's stupid.
But what did it do?
I think maybe when you uploaded stuff into the gallery, it might have crossed over to your Facebook.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
I never used it, so I don't know.
Skills and tasks are now displayed for every gig and audition in the career panel.
Thank God.
Right?
This was really bad for the acting career. Jesus.
teen Sims can no longer have romantic social interactions with celebrities.
Thank God.
Hashtag problematic.
You mean they can't be groupies anymore? Oh,
I don't want some realism I don't want in my game. This is one of those realisms.
That's creepy.
So weird.
Okay, especially considering that the whole R. Kelly thing is still pretty fresh. So, yeah, maybe this is a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. Moving on.
So then they had a surprise patch on September 17th, which was after Realm of Magic dropped, because I guess some people noticed some things that were not good.
I also like that they're willing to do this now, because the last two things, they've had step-in patches where it's like, oh, this isn't this, we didn't realize this was causing this, we're going to fix it quick, instead of having to wait for the next monthly patch or the next expansion to come out.
Right.
They're willing to come in and fix problems in the short term.
Yeah, that is definitely a good thing.
So they fixed some things that were like the delayed island living countertop that didn't match the original swatches. Apparently James Turner made a scathing video pointing it out prior to the patch. He's some influencer, so he was like, "Nah, they don't match."
You're so picky. Oh, and they also fixed the column issue, because there were the columns wouldn't go these columns would be stuck in a certain height, and you couldn't fix it.
Apparently he real salty, and
that I did notice.
And it's a pretty entertaining video, so we're going to link that if you want to watch him spew the salt about countertops and columns. And then they also fixed the game crash that occurred when exiting cast in the middle of a spellcaster idle animation, which, good.
That was a big problem. I didn't have it.
I did not notice that. Maybe I just got lucky. I never exited during the animation.
Okay. Final piece of housekeeping before we delve into Hogwarts. Before we join the train into Hogwarts, there's a possible leak about University being the next expansion. I literally can give 17 fucks about
I don't
this,
care.
But the only reason why I care is so that people can stop fucking asking for it.
I was just on the Reddit thread about this leak, and people were just like, what do you want from it if it is the next expansion? And somebody in there was like, I don't know, maybe student loans? And I was like,
why?
People who want University play this game for a much different reason than I play it.
Why the fuck do you want student loans? I have them. Do you want mine?
I want aliens and magic and weird things. I don't want
I want my Sims to be just as miserable and broke as I am.
Realism. I don't want my actual struggles to be happening in my game.
I really don't. I really and truly don't. So
I would also like to point out that The Sims is a global game. It's not just a purely American game. And student loans, I'm sorry, are a mostly American thing. So please keep that on your side of the ocean. We don't want it.
There was somebody in there who said they were hoping they included some European. They would go for more European style of education. Like, there were people all over the boat, but the student loan one made me literally collapse in on myself.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's dumb. Okay, so yeah. What do you think?
Its name might be Discover University. I don't know why. Just call it Get Educated. You had a theme going. Just keep doing it. Call it Get Educated, or Go to School, or Get to School.
I like Get to School. Get to school. Get to school, you whippersnapper.
My God.
Don't miss the bus.
Don't miss the bus. Get to school. Oh man. Okay, guys. So,
maybe November 15th.
Maybe. We'll see. Right in time for Thanksgiving if you're in the Americas.
Yeah.
I'm honestly pretty excited. Like, I hope the next pack is going to be University expansion, because I'm just really excited to see what they're going to be, like, nagging about after that.
Oh,
it's not going to be what everyone wants. It's not. They want a mesh of what Sims 2 had and what Sims 3 had, but both of those packs were they're too big for what they're trying to condense Sims 4 into, so it's not going to have it. but it's going to be an expansion. So who knows? I don't know.
I just think that every time a pack comes out, all I see is afterwards, I'm bored. Like, this pack was lame. And maybe I'm like, well, what are you doing? Like, are you just like running through, going through cast, making a person, leveling up really quick, and then you're done? Like, you have to play the game or you'll be bored no matter what you do. But whatever.
I spent 2 hours in because I did not let myself play until we did the Twitch stream that I did. So I didn't play the game. I was just in cast for 4 days for Realm of Magic. I was just like redoing every single townie with magic stuff.
I'm pretty sure I live messaged you guys when I was in freaking cast for like 3 hours. Like I was, I spent most of my time, and I was making one person.
Honestly, I downloaded it. So it came out the day I was still in Dublin. I came back on September 11th on the Wednesday. Late at night. My flight landed in Brussels at like past 9 p.m. By the time I was home, it was after 11. I was very tired, but I grabbed my laptop, just threw my suitcase to the side, downloaded it, and started playing. It was 2 a.m. and I was still in cast. I was like, I have to stop now.
I remember. Sleep. You were updating us, and I was looking at the time. What time is it there? Because it was later. It was later afternoon, and I was like,
it was late.
Okay, well, since we've already started, guys, grab your wands, get your trunk, get your familiars, because it's time for magic!
Yes! Get on that Hogwarts Express, bitches! Choo choo! No! Copyrighted! Copyrighted, man! Copyrighted music!
But we credited it, so I feel like it's a them.
Sure. I mean, I don't know if that's how it works, but sure.
It's trademarked by Warner Brothers. Anyway, I also love magic. So
magic is great.
Magic!
So there was this is the longest, so there was a 3-week gap between the pack's announcement and its release date, so August 20th, September 10th. It's the longest time we've had to wait for a pack to date. I think it's because I don't think they were supposed to announce it when they announced it back when the mosquito pack? I don't think they were supposed to announce it then, but that got leaked and nobody liked it, so they're like, shit. So then they put out the part. So I think they tagged it. I don't think they were supposed to announce it then, and then they announced it a little bit earlier than they intended. So they announced it in the spring, and then the trailer came out a little bit later. I think that's what happened, honestly.
Probably.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Not at all. Okay.
Wasn't it like how Blizzard once announced that Diablo mobile game, and then they were like, oh shit, everybody hates this. What do we have? New WoW expansion, maybe? I don't know. Patch 8.2.
Take it. We're so sorry.
Not everything's a winner. Here you go.
Nope. But they were like hyping up the announcement for something new Diablo related, and everybody was like, getting a new Diablo game. We're getting a new Diablo game. And we got a new Diablo mobile game. And everybody hated it.
It's the
I think there were audible boos in the room. It was actually pretty intense.
I still laugh at the polite clapping.
The mosquito cat.
Oh, and then
my eyes. This is nice. Okay.
And then they're like, also, Realm of Magic. I was like, yeah! Okay, so.
I wonder if there was a mosquito rep around. Or at least watching that going like, well, we tried.
Okay, so this is the first purely magic-focused pack since Sims Making Magic, which was awesome. As magic was not a primary theme in The Sims 2 Apartment Life or The Sims 3 Supernatural. So, like, they had, like, Sims 3 Supernatural, by the way, was amazing. Loved it. One of my favorites.
Yes. I loved Apartment Life is my second favorite Sims 2 expansion.
Like, Sims 3 with the brooms, and you can be a fairy, and
Don't forget the TARDIS. Don't forget the TARDIS.
There's a TARDIS?
Yes, well, it is a TARDIS.
There's a call box, like a phone booth that you can use to teleport, like to travel from one lot to another.
And you can name it, and I named it
Does
TARDIS.
it make a noise?
Yeah,
it's beautiful. So Sims 3 Supernatural, like that is a big thing to live up to. But a lot of things in Sims 3 Supernatural you can't do in Sims 4. Because you don't travel the way you do in Sims, because Sims 3 is open world. So like you can be on your broom and broom yourself to work, and you can follow them there, but you can't really do that in Sims 4 because it's all like load screens. But
that was also an expansion pack, and this is a game pack.
Okay. So look and listen, guys. If you want to know what to see the casts and build items, like there's a website, Sims Forever blog. We'll link it because it's a long website link. That has
it is also not in English, just as a heads up.
Yeah, it's totes not in English, but all you want is a picture. So they have pictures of all the casts and all the build items added with Realm of Magic, or so there's that. So the unofficial list of the build buy items from the EA website is a new bassinet.
It's so cute. It's so pretty.
It is adorable.
It's like a fairy tale bassinet.
It's adorable. I don't like babies, so I'll never use it, but it's adorable.
My rich families are going to use this. I was like, all my rich families.
It's like one of those bassinets that's been in the family for like generations.
Aurora will be born into this bassinet.
Right?
My favorite old school Disney cartoon, by the way. Soul Side.
She's so pretty. Her blue dress is the real dress.
You get.
I agree.
Blue's
the best.
Blue was the best, and
I get mad every time she's in the pink dress. Moving on.
You get 2 cauldrons, 2 broom stands, 1 blue circle, and 1 wand stand. Guys, the cauldrons. It makes 80 million vats of mac and cheese.
It really does.
You can feed the neighborhood.
I'm not entirely sure why it makes so much mac and cheese.
It's a big cauldron.
Well, why do you need that much mac and cheese? But whatever, it does.
Why don't you need that much mac and cheese?
Oh, man. Okay. So then you get 3 floors, like not like floor, but like floor decoration things. 3 walls, decorations, 5 doors, 1 archway, 6 windows, 2 fences, a gate, a stairwelling. So much stuff.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Listen, you get a lot of cool stuff, okay? I'm not gonna read all this. You get a lot of crap, all right?
Yeah, there's more stuff. It all looks great. I love the way it looks. I love the swooping wood designs on all.
You know what my favorite bit is? Like my legit favorite bit? It's the little wall decoration that has the herbs hanging from it.
Yes!
Yeah, it's so cute.
I had that,
love it.
Like every room for no reason.
It's so great. I just want it
for the aesthetic.
All over the wall.
I really do love the lights, the gems with the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are really cool too. Yeah, the floating ones, kind of.
I've been sticking them everywhere, just like you need a glowing gem.
Okay. Also, the cast items. This is where I spend most of my time. And guys, if you guys do make a new sim, understand you're going to be in cast for a minute because there's some stuff. There's some like different kind of configurations. It's great.
There's more clothes than the high fashion stuff pack.
Yeah.
I have a coworker.
I'm never going to get over that.
She knows only about this because I've told her about it, and she's played Sims like twice, and so she's had to listen through. I talked to her about all the new stuff that comes out because I'm at work whenever anything comes out, and I was showing her like all the new outfits, and she's like, "This is more outfits than that fashion pack had, didn't it?" And I was like, "Yes, good point."
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it all looks cute with the other Sim stuff.
So cute. Okay, so let's talk about those full body outfits. Okay, so like you know how you have
like Wizard Hobo Chic?
It looks so comfy. I want it.
Okay, for anyone who watches Critical Role campaign 2, it looks like exactly like something Caleb would wear. Wizard Hobo Chic.
Maybe Jester on a bad day,
right?
Like some of the dresses. Jester would wear those dresses.
She absolutely would. Kind of maybe like their Jorahas, like their goth Jorahas outfits.
It's very preppy. Like all the girl stuff goes from kind of goth. They did a good line between, because they said they didn't want to go super gothic because they had the vampires.
Right.
Some of it has a really nice kind of like Lolita vibe to it.
Yeah, but not
I'm
as
into
creepy.
It just reminds me of like it just reminds me of like high school.
Yeah,
it just reminds me of like the goth aesthetic in high school, where it wasn't like where you were. It just reminds you of like hippie witch. Some of it's like, you know, like I have, you know, like a nature witch. It's what it reminds me of some things.
I'm a druid.
Yes, you're a druid. That's what it is. I love it. I love it so much. So much.
And one weird leather thing.
Yeah, I don't understand where the leather is coming from. That looks like something that belongs in like Wicked Whims or something. But I mean, sure, sure, that's fine.
It's a
Dominatrix witch. Sure.
Because you can't wear leggings with it. It's a leotard.
Also, can we talk about the glitter makeup? Because it was giving me all of my high school vibes. Like it was like little like rhinestones on the face. It reminded me of when I was a kid. So it's great.
I think I said for the eyeliner they added, I was like, it looks like I did this.
It does.
During my high school witch phase.
Oh God, I like that y'all had a high school witch phase, by the way. Like that makes me happy.
Man, I wish I could do my eyeliner like that. That was like
I was a small child using like the grooves of trees to make potions. Just like stick twigs in there, smush it up. It's a potion. I did it. Use the willow tree. It's magic.
Okay, so now that you've wandered yourself out of Cass, it's great. Seriously, like it's amazing.
15 years later.
So good.
So many years later, you're going to wander out of Cass and you're going to go to Glimmerbrook. This, I know it's a game pack, guys. I know that. Whoo, was I disappointed in Glimmerbrook, though. It is so small.
It is tiny.
It has one blank lot.
Well, the houses aren't good. Just tear them down. Even I know the houses don't look great. There's the one house that has the 2 single people in it that I'm probably going to put together because why not? There's a staircase in the back that leads to My sister pointed this out when we were my sister pointed out, she was like, yeah, there's a house. There's supposed to be a doorway to the kitchen, but they just didn't add the doorway. So there's stairways in the back to the kitchen that go to nowhere.
Wow.
You can't.
It's a stairway to heaven.
But it's a short.
So you think you're going to heaven, you're just going nowhere.
Like somebody tried out the new stairs and then forgot to delete everything.
Maybe.
Really though, like it's bad. But
it's also very small. Like there's only like 4 lots there. So 4 residential lots. 2 lived in houses, 1 empty lot by the portal, and then 1 house and a bar.
That's under 20,000.
Yeah.
The bar sucks. I expected the bar to have like a magical basement or something.
Basement.
Or where you could have battles at the bottom of the basement, but still keep it.
I'm actually working on it. I'm changing it to. Since we did that thing about the clubs, I'm actually making a hangout there for a magic club that I'm going to make, and I'm going to make sure that like there's like an area for dueling. There's an area to make potions or chili or mac and cheese. There's going to be just like a study area with like loads of books, and that's going to be like magic users only. But, you know, considering everybody's a magic user now, I guess it doesn't really matter.
I like these like potions or chili though. Like, did you wash it out between? Like,
no.
Make sure you clean it before you use it for chili.
Make sure you get the top of the chili. Make sure you eat the top of the chili.
Don't touch the sides.
Super dangerous. Super dangerous.
It's like, oh yeah, that nausea potion I made must have lingered. That's why everybody's throwing up. And absolutely not, because I made the chili with expired beef.
It's a combo. It's a combo bag. It's what are we gonna get?
Yeah, it just adds flavor.
That bar needs a magical something in the basement, and I was really disappointed there wasn't anything magical in the bar.
I'm working on it
because it was very boring.
The bar is boring. The town, it's like I immediately made my sim, and okay, I did it wrong. It's not that I did it wrong. You can not have a story and also a magical sim. BTW, learned that the hard way. I was real salty. So I did my stories. I like the story. So I did my story, made her a little witchy house, and then I promptly scooted her ass over to the portal. So she can be a witch, which gives us to the thing. The portal, so the town itself, which does have seasons, by the way, started in winter. It's beautiful as fuck.
It's gorgeous.
Winter in Glimmerbrook is one of the most beautiful things you will ever see. Do yourself a favor. If you haven't experienced it yet, go do it now. It is so fucking pretty. It's like, it's fairy tale.
Glimmerbrook aesthetically is gorgeous. I love that whole woodsy by the river atmosphere.
That is my aesthetic.
Yeah, I will put on like bubbling brook in the background to calm down, and it looks like it'd be fresh air. There's mountains.
Oh, great!
It's great.
So if you do not have a magical sim, so then you can scoot yourself over to the portal. The portal's in the corner. It literally looks like this giant shimmery thing in the corner. You cannot fucking miss it. But you have to walk. You have to like teleport to the empty lot, I think, and then you have to like kind of walk. Or
you could just walk from your lot, I think.
Depending on where your lot is, because
if you're in that empty lot by the portal, then yes, you can walk there. Yeah. If not, you have to travel to the empty lot and then walk there.
I don't know why they didn't put the
that's what I did.
Thing on the lot, but or have a lot closer to it. It takes.
I mean, like you'd have Sims constantly walking through that portal on your home lot, though.
That's true.
So like they could have made a park. They could have added an extra lot and made a park where you could hang out, and then there you'd have a portal.
A park would have been good.
Or maybe it was just because they were like, we wanted something. How do you say? Yeah, something hidden. We have to have that feeling that it's hidden, that you like stumble upon it. What's this? It's a portal to a new world. Wow, something like that. And if it's like in the middle of a park, you're like, oh yeah, that's been there for years. I mean,
that's just a portal to a magic world. Whatever.
Old Lady Kensington walked through it once. We haven't seen her since. It's fine.
That one part in Willowbrook, how often do you go in Willow Creek? How often do you
never?
How often do you go to the back of that park? You never go to the back of that park. There's a place to fish.
I never go to that park.
Yeah, do you go fish there? No, they could have stuck it in the back of the park.
Okay, so once you get there, though, you travel on through the portal, get a little pop-up that says, "Do you want to go in the portal?" And you're like, "Yeah, that's why I was here, fucker."
Like literally what I did.
Your sim already walked through it by the time that comes up.
So then you get into the realm of magic. It's one giant ass lot, which is pretty cool, kind of, because then you go to the garden, which is a whole different part of the lot. But
there's like
whatever.
5 stations.
Yes, so you go in, and if you don't have a if you're not a witch, a spellcaster as they call them, because witch is gender specific. If you're not a spellcaster, then you go and you talk to one of the people. Now there is no seasons in this because there is no season.
It's magic.
There are no seasons in space.
We're in space.
Okay, so you have 4 little floating islands. You have the dueling grounds, the magic headquarters, the caster's alley, and then the garden where you can go collect stuff, which I found out the hard way that I can't collect anything because my sim was nothing. Like, she was like, she had no skills, so she couldn't collect shit. And I'm like, but I want that carrot.
Can't have that carrot.
In the collecting area, there's a really pretty, like, destroyed garden thing.
It's so pretty.
Like, greenhouse thing. You can't go in. It's just
I'm so salty that you couldn't go in there. It's just, it's static, and I don't like it. I love it, and I want to go in there.
So you go and you find a sage. There are, like, 4 different people?
3.
I think 3 for every school of magic, because you
Yeah.
have mischief, you have untamed, and you have practical.
Yes.
And there's a sage for every one. There's
Practical
Morgan,
magic.
who's the sage of untamed magic. Then you have Elphaba, who's the sage of mischief magic. And then there's this other dude walking around. I can't remember his name, who does practical magic.
This other dude walking around. It's Simeon.
Silver
Sweater.
Sure.
So you have Morgan
Sure.
Ember, Simeon Silver Sweater, and Elphaba, which I'm thinking is definitely a non.
It is Elphaba.
Defying
Why she's not
gravity.
green? I don't understand. She looks baked.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'd always give her a makeover and make her look like actual Elphaba.
Out of all of them, she's the one, saw her immediately in game. I was like, oh, I need to fix you. The rest are okay. But it's like something about the way you came out just looks super high and just not entirely, just like your makeup is not good for
she
you.
looks like cotton candy just threw up all over her. It's
She
not
can
good.
tell you
For her namesake, I'm like, why did you make her look so? And she's mischief one. Why did she look so like Linda the Good Witch?
Don't get her mad though.
Right? Okay,
but she can tell you where the best mushrooms are.
So basically, you go and you talk to any of the people, like one of those 3 people, and you can become a spellcaster for that, practice. Now, I don't know. Can you do all of them? Can you go talk to somebody else after? Do you have to finish a level first, or do you just go talk to them all, then you can do all of them?
I think you can learn all of them. I think you can learn all the spells.
At the same time?
You can.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to focus on one school. If you want to learn something mischief related, you can do that, and then switch to practical. You can absolutely do that. Hi, kitty.
Okay, so there are 24 different spells you can learn. Practical has 9, mischief has 7, and untamed has 8. Carl, our sweet baby angel Carl, he listed all of them. So there you go. We're not gonna. But Carl did. Okay, so you can learn the spells by reading, by practicing. You can ask a sage, but if you ask them, they're gonna be like, "We're not friends, so no."
Yeah, you have to be friends.
You have to be friends first. They will literally be like, "We're not friends with you. We don't like you enough." They will teach you off the bat. Whatever they'll teach you. You have to go do a mini quest and collect these cool little orbs, and then come back. But they'll teach you off the bat. But they will not tell you any cool spells until you guys are besties.
Becoming a spellcaster is super easy. Learning all the spells is not
take
some time, which
it takes a long time.
I really appreciate, because a lot of people were like, man, it's too easy to get through the Strangerville storyline. It's like, well, here you go. It's going to take you 3 weeks to collect 3 Sims weeks to collect all of these
hard.
spells.
And then you can duel for knowledge, which is so much fun. I have the coolest screenshot of me dueling ever, because it's so much fun.
The dueling animations are just the casting animations are so fucking pretty. Same with the potion brewing animations. Everything looks. This pack,
it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Do we know if it's random for the for the duels? Is it as random as the dance-offs?
I think it is, because there's nothing that you can choose to influence it. At least I haven't tried.
Well,
I think it's just.
I would only practice dueling, so I don't know if it's different if you're dueling.
I've had a couple friendly duels, and once I dueled for artifacts, and I both won and lost at the same level of skill, when I was a max spellcaster. I dueled with 2 different people, and I won one and I lost one, so I think it's just completely random. Because I was like, I know for a fact that you're not a master spellcaster, and you beat me. What the fuck,
Bitch, I'm better than you.
Pretty much. It was fucking Neville beating Dumbledore in a duels. What the fuck is happening?
Do not diss Neville like that. Neville is precious baby angel. He is the best.
How many Harry Potter
references are we going to have? The best, but
all of them.
So many. I'm
literally waving my wand around while we're talking.
Same.
I'm also same. Okay, so by the way, so spellcasters have a charge, so you use your magical charge as it goes up, blah, 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 but you can die.
You can die. New death.
Death by overcharge. Like, I'm assuming that you just, I've not experienced this death yet.
I was afraid to do
it. What the fuck?
You could, yeah.
You can,
I also haven't seen it yet, but it's there.
You can also get cursed if you hit the max charge, which I also haven't had a curse yet either.
By losing duels, making a potion wrong, or taking a potion wrong. I don't understand how. I'm guessing that means that if you drink a potion that was made wrong,
or topical, like you drink the lotion,
you drink the
instead of putting it on your skin.
Now you get the curse again.
I mean,
okay, so you can get familiars, which I have not gotten one yet because I didn't want to make one. I wanted to find one.
I bought some.
So I bought mine. So you can protect against
it absorbs
death.
The killing blow.
They can absorb the killing blow. They can like absorb your Avada Kedavra.
It'll dive in front of you. It doesn't, but it'll. In my brain, it headwigs for you a little bit.
I was gonna say Lily Potter, but yeah, sure, okay.
Hedwig was worse.
Because
that pissed me
off. In the freaking book, she was in the cage. Like, let her out and let her fly on her own, you weirdo. Like, just let her just fly ahead of you. Jesus.
Oh, that was painful.
She had a better death in the movie. It's one of the things the movie improved upon.
She did. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, so then you get a whole bunch of other stuff like cauldrons and brooms, and the brooms.
Oh, cats and dogs can be familiar.
Oh yeah. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting to go find a cat in the wild so I can make it my familiar like Salem. Mm-hmm. So
I have one. She's called Artemis. Just saying.
Sailor Moon.
She's great.
Was it a white kitty?
My cat was.
I was going to say Greek mythology, but sure.
Yes, Sailor Moon reference is what I was getting from it.
Was it a white kitty?
No, she's a black kitty.
Oh, the Luna. Okay.
Yes, a Luna. Oh, Sailor Moon, fighting you by moonlight. Okay, so you get cauldrons where you can practice magic and make mac and cheese.
And chili.
Great. And chili. You get 18 servings. Like, dear Lord.
You're feeding the neighborhood.
So I guess invite your whole entire coven over for mac and cheese night,
or for Kiwani when they have all those when they have that
the neighborhood cook-off.
Yeah, you can have chili along with the actual native dishes. I do mac and cheese. Melissa, the cheese of my people for the mac and cheese.
So it's my native dish. You get brooms. So in your inventory, make sure you mark it always use, and then you'll get the full effect of your broom. So then you also get wands. Same thing, mark as always used for full effect, but wands.
It's also cool when they do magic without the wands. I had a hard choice deciding if I wanted them to use wands or not.
It is pretty fun.
Okay, so real quick, let's introduce the sages because they are important, especially Morgan Ember. They are very important for representation purposes.
Yes, they are.
So Morgan Ember is a sage of untamed magic, which I just think that sounds cool.
He's dangerous.
Virtuoso is the highest rank of untamed magic, which makes me think of isn't that like a song thing? But whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are outgoing, bookworm, ambitious, and a quick learner. Their aspiration is spellcraft and sorcery. Oh, witchcraft and wizardry, spellcraft and sorcery.
Right.
Morgan's gender is given as male and Kratos, but it's heavily customized, leaving their gender identity very ambiguous. They have to have a masculine. They have to have and a preference for feminine clothing. They are unable to become pregnant or get another sim pregnant, and they cannot use the toilet standing up. So it's very it's super cool. that they exist in the game. A big point of contention in the community is people, loving so much Morrigan, and they're changing this so that Morrigan can impregnate a sim. And I'm like, that's not.
They want them genes.
But okay.
They want them genes, yeah.
Can't you play with genetics and freaking?
You can play with the genetics. I've seen some people who change it so they'd be like, for the purpose of my story, it's going to be a magic thing happened that made this person get pregnant, and then they change them after the fact because they want the genetics in there.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, I know it's like magic, but
just adopt a kid.
Makes me a bit uncomfortable, but sure.
So then you have Simeon Silversweater, which that name. He's a mage of the sage of practical magic, like the movie. Virtuoso is also the highest rank of that one. Simeon is gloomy, a snob, a geek, and a quick learner. So Simeon is kind of a douche. Aspiration is Renaissance sim. Simeon is like one of those like broody dudes that's like, I'm just so much better than you. Simeon is soulless.
I bet he's the kind of guy who just sits in his room in the dark holding a plastic Halloween skull and just reciting Shakespeare's soliloquies at random.
If you've ever played Dragon Age Inquisition, Simeon, to me, is soulless.
Soulless. Although Soulless wasn't very much gloomy, as he just was...
He just had...
Plus, he doesn't like tea. Never trust anyone who doesn't like tea.
What the fuck is wrong with you? No, he doesn't like tea.
Tea's delightful.
And finally, you have Elphaba. Or Elphaba, if you say it fast enough.
I feel so stupid. I didn't realize that. Freaking Ava had to point it out. And I was like, this is the second Wicked reference I've completely missed. And I got my head again.
So, Elphaba is the sage of mischief magic. I said mischief managed because that's literally like my brain.
Mischief managed.
Okay.
We solemnly swear we're up to no good.
She is mean, a genius, a foodie, and dastardly.
But Elphaba isn't.
She's not any of those things.
Maybe a foodie. We don't know. She might be a foodie.
She's a genius, sure, but she's not mean or dastardly.
Also, can I point out that the in the San Mushino, they have the mischief, like the comedy versus mischief people kind of fight it out. This magic thing gives them a whole
humor and hijinks festival?
Thank you very much. The humor and hijinks festival. The magic side of this gives them a whole new advantage that is not fair.
Oh dear.
So yeah,
it's a whole new level of mischief that they can do.
Also, Simeon and Elphaba look totes different from the trailer than they do in the game, and they suck in the game.
Looked great. Simeon looked real good in the trailer.
He looks real bad in the game.
He doesn't look real good.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. And he was black and now he's white. And they don't look the same at all. It's weird.
So you can have new aspirations. So of course, spellcraft and sorcery, witchcraft and wizardry, if you will. It's a knowledge aspiration. Your reward is the slinger of spells, which reduces any charge you gain to help prevent overcharge risks. Or the purveyor of potions, which is a new one. It's nature-wise. So your reward trait is a master mixer. So it eliminates the chance of potion failure almost. So like pretty
That's
much,
cool.
yeah. I
made collectors.
I did this spellcraft and sorcery one.
Me too.
But
I'm working on that one too.
Pretty cool. So curses with cheats from our baby boy.
I dropped my wand. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you have the curse of awkward embraces, the curse of infectious laughter, the curse of repulsiveness, the curse of scrambled spells, the curse of night wraith.
The night wraith?
Night wraith.
Night Stalker. What does that one do?
I don't know. I want to find out.
Yeah, I'm going to use some of these. The curse of uncleansable stench. You funky.
Yep.
Curse of uncontrollable charge. Curse of unwarranted hostility, which is the hex of the duelist.
Trait _curses_punchable face.
Punchable face.
I need you to know the cheat to get these curses. The curse of the uncleansable stench is trait _curses _ sweaty stench.
Can I say for the scrambled spells one, it's trait _curses _wild magic. That's got to be a reference,
which is D&D,
because that's what is my favorite. When I was first learning about D&D and I got a hold of the book, I laughed so hard when I got to that page because you could literally kill the entire party. You'd be like, oh, you cast a fireball at third level at yourself. Hooray!
Okay, so we are running up on a little bit of time for this, but I mean, honestly, this is basically it's a pack review. So what are you gonna do?
Did you guys like it or did you not?
I love it.
I love it so much. Like, I am having so much fun with it.
Roxy's not a fan. Roxy's not a fan.
I think this added a lot to the game. I have one big issue with
What's that?
One giant issue. Every single fucking person who wanders through the portal becomes a spellcaster. Even if you're not playing it, I'm afraid to go into my rotational save because every person that you see in the magical realm is suddenly a spellcaster. If you go to their house, they know spells even though you didn't teach them that. They just know them. So it's not for people who want to, for my particular thing, it's not good for me because I'm like, as soon as I start playing this, people who I don't want to have magic are going to have magic, and I have to waste time going to go get the right of something to get the magic removed and then come back. But every single person you saw casting magic in there, they can cast magic on their own. If you go to their house, they can cast magic now. So some stuff is not in your own control. Is my big issue with it.
I bet that makes your rotational play a bit more complicated.
I haven't gone in yet. I'm terrified. Because also it means the longer I play, the more likely it is that everyone's going to be knowing magic, and I'm not sure. Like, maybe I want some people to be muggles, but I don't know if it's... And there's no way to turn it off.
Yeah, like, what the fuck's with all that pure blood nonsense game?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Feel a little...
yeah, there's also a trait that gets handed down. But I'm really... That's my biggest issue with this pack. I wish it could have been an expansion pack. I would have loved to see what they could have done if they were given a bigger thing to do with it. But since it was given a game pack, I think they used it to the best. Like, it takes time to get the spells. The stuff looks great. It's true. It's just the big issue. You can't turn off the magic. And you can't control who does and does not have magic. Those are my only two issues. I mean,
if magic and spellcasting was the only thing that they were going to focus on, in my opinion, it's good that they went for a pack. I would have preferred an expansion with more than just spellcasting, like werewolves, maybe some fairies, just like another supernatural kind of vibe. But for a pack, this is real good. I'm disappointed at Glimmerbrook a little bit because it's so sparse.
That is my biggest...
But the fact that it looks like an absolute dream in winter makes up for that a little bit. For the rest, I'm thoroughly enjoying this pack. It adds a lot. It takes you a while to master everything, so it's going to keep you busy for a little bit. It looks fantastic. It plays really nice. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Roxy's rant, and I'm salty about this pack. It's not what I hoped for. I have hardly touched it since the day it came out. After researching for this episode and mulling over my feelings, I think it's mainly this reason. The magic world doesn't feel like a world at all. It's a system and everything clashes horribly with everything that came before it. I think that making Realm of Magic a game pack and then an expansion pack was a bad idea. With more resources and content, it could have really felt like it belonged and enhanced the game. Something like University that adds on presumably a superficial layer of content, higher education, could easily have been a game pack instead. I guess we'll have to see if the team can deliver on a University expansion pack and make me eat my words. And I don't agree.
I don't agree either. I liked Glimmerbrook. I mean, I hate that it's so small, but so is a Vampire's Town too, so I get it.
It's bigger than the Vampire Town.
Yeah, this is true. It's bigger than that fucking town. But I hate that it's so small, but I...
just as complicated a magic system as the vampires brought in. Yeah. This is Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but I feel like if she delved a little bit more into it, I think, she was initially just turned off by it, and I get it. It happens, but
true. Okay, so what I think is going to happen here, you can consider this an official prediction. We had vampires as a separate game pack. Now we have spellcasters as a separate game pack. If we're going to get werewolves and fairies, that's probably going to be game packs too, because they can. But that's not going to be Maxis's fault. That's going to be EA's fault, because that is the kind of shit that EA pulls. And I know, trust me, that EA rant, it's coming. You want to hear all about that? Become a patron, and you will have the pleasure of sharing in my fault.
Is that a ringing in the new year?
Pretty much, yeah. That's going to be my my New Year's gift to all of you. Is going to be me bitching about EA for 2 hours, maybe 3. Who knows? But that's what I think this is going to be. Like, as soon as Vampires came out as a pack, I was like, if we're going to get Magic, it's going to be a pack, like a game pack too, and not an expansion. Because they probably figured we can split this up and sell it for $40, like 4 times, or what was it, 4 times 20 instead of 1 times 40, and just make some extra bank. But that is very much an EA thing, and I think the devs did an amazing job with this pack, because it adds a lot. It looks gorgeous. So for a game pack, it's real good.
And I think, like, I'd much rather spellcasting be like this than be how mermaids were with Island Living.
Yeah.
Because mermaids were a big disappointment in Island Living. They couldn't, like, there wasn't no, you couldn't build on anything. There's not even, for the Island Living, there's not even, like, a interaction two mermaids can do together. Which, like, something I was like, you can't even be like, yo, mermaid, yo, mermaid.
Like, mermaid high five.
Yo, mermaid, yo, mermaid.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
Fin 5.
I expected
Fin 5.
One, cheek. But so mermaids were kind of a big disappointment for me. So I think it's better for us who like the supernatural in our game and the not realism. I think it's better we're getting it spread out in the game packs, because there's a little more thought in these game packs. And
like, kind of what I've noticed with expansion packs in The Sims 4, and this is every single time, the only pack that I haven't had this with yet is Island Living. But they're often very lacking in content. They feel not complete, the expansion packs. And that kind of pisses me off.
I think it's because they had
every time I play a new expansion, it just feels meh, And I think I damaged my computer screen with my wand when I dropped it. Anywho.
I think it's because they had a lot of stuff, but it doesn't go real deep.
Yeah, but at least when they make these game packs, they have like one thing that they can devote all of their attention to, and that's pretty cool. Like, they can really put a lot of thought and focus onto this one specific topic, whereas in an expansion pack, it's usually a lot of stuff that has to be thrown in there. And for some reason, it still comes up rather short most of the time for me. Like, when Cats and Dogs came out, I played it for like a solid 3 days and was then like, is this it? Is that all I can do? I got so sick of that pack so fast, and I was really looking forward to it, which is a shame.
But the couch, though.
Yeah, it looks like the furniture's really nice, and that couch is still one of my favorite things, and I use it all the time. But for the rest, like, the stuff that I actually bought it for, I was just like, meh.
Your cat's offended.
Sorry, he is offended. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about virtual cats.
Okay, so
did you give?
We should.
Shannon, did you give your opinions on your pack review?
I like it. That was my opinion on it. I like it. I need to play more of it, but life has made me not be able to play as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, this was hard to do. I was like, I can't do a full review because I can't get to the game that much this week.
Yeah, I have been, like, the day it came out, I got to play, the next day, whatever, because it came out. And then I was off the next day, but then a lot of my off days have been encompassed with like errands or appointments or whatever. So it's been like, I just want to play a game. So I was going to play this afternoon. And then my friend's like, will you come be my wingman at Papa Do's? And I was like, oh, geez, okay. So we'll see what happens. I'm off tomorrow, and I have one appointment, and that's all I have to do except for meal prep. So I'm going to try to like delve into it more and actually maybe like finish my spellcaster thingamajig. But I really like it. I think it's a lot. It's adding a flavor into my gameplay that's making me excited to play again. Because I got to a point where I was only playing for the podcast. I wasn't playing for enjoyment anymore, and I just was kind of bored. And this pack, because Solani was great, don't get me wrong, but this pack is more of what I wanted. I wanted magic, and it put it in there, and it's a lot of fun to do so far that I've played into, and it's levels that I can actually see myself, see my skills getting higher, and I can see it. So I like it. That's my 2 cents. So far, so good. If you guys have, we'll have some links to some articles from Sims Community from Carl, his list for all of his cheats. We don't have to, remember them all because they don't really match up to their name. We'll have a list of those as well. And then we have a what just happened.
So this one's coming off of Reddit. It's by Muffin Puff. Love that name. And it's about The Sims 2. So they say, I was roughly 12 to 13 years old, playing my favorite family, 4 daughters, 2 sons, and the matriarch had my first name. My favorite teenage daughter, get attached. My favorite teenage daughter was cloud gazing in the front yard for several in-game hours, and I had played the game for several hours as well.
Oh no.
Of course I hadn't saved since I turned the game on because 13-year-old, honey, I still do that too, and I'm 30, so you're fine. Yeah. A satellite fell on my daughter and killed her in the front yard. Pleading with Grim didn't work. I think I cried. I shut the game down without saving and started over from scratch. Oh, honey.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Satellite was rough in Sims 2.
So Sims 2 was brutal. It was harsh.
Did not care about your feelings.
So sad. Well, thank you, Muffin Puff, for sharing this with us. We feel your pain.
Me too. Okay, so coming up next week, we're going to continue with the Island Review, Part 2.
They may contradict everything we just said here about because what's Melissa and Roxy like realism in their game.
Yeah, we like fantasyism, fantasticalism.
Yes.
Oh, and then Cowplant is going to return with a patron requested topic, building for non-builders, featuring a behind-the-scenes queen. Woo-hoo!
I'm so excited for this.
That was a lot of fun. That's also the She Shed episode, so...
Julia's so cute. I love Julia so much.
So
I'm very excited for this.
It was great. We had a good time. Okay, so let's see. We got some shoot-outs.
We do have shoot-outs.
Some shoot-outs. So we have Ham 123 ABC from Apple Podcasts. Ham said, I just like saying Ham, by the way. Ham. Thank you. I love this podcast. I've been playing The Sims since the beginning, and I've done my research on Sims Wiki / deep diving into family trees, memories, etc. I have a couple of friends who are into The Sims, but when I start getting into my theories and such, they're completely lost. So thank you for talking about things I can't talk to my friends about. I love the lore episodes. Keep it up.
Yay!
Aww, thanks, Ham.
We also love the lore episodes because we get to get our string out and make all but. What if time travel?
We can also put on our tinfoil hats and go, but what if?
But wait!
Look, that hot tub's awfully convenient to put a body under. Just saying.
It seems a little crooked to me.
Aliens.
Always aliens. I'm doing the thing. Aliens. Okay. All right. So guys, social media plugs. Caitlin, you want to do it?
I'll do it. Okay.
Go.
Okay. We are Plumbobcast on Instagram and Twitter. We are Plumbob Podcast on Reddit. We are Under the Plumbob on Facebook and Tumblr. Our website is undertheplumbob.com. We also are on Twitch and on YouTube, where we are Under the Plumbob there, and we are attempting to do a weekly Twitch stream at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time which me and Ava just attempted to do a Sims 1 stream. Sims 1 hated it. It didn't want to do it at all.
No, we tried, guys, and I was talking about how I thought Making Magic was a perfect expansion pack because it is. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, it's just kind of like a slideshow with me talking over it.
With me going, oh, because I've never played it before. No. I think if this is coming out Wednesday, then me and Ava are going to be back, but we're going to not be playing Sims. We will be playing World of Warcraft.
Here we are.
I will be a rogue. Ava will be a druid, and we are going to stabby stab and clawdy claw in some battlegrounds.
Yep, we're going to stab some kneecaps and rip off some faces. It's going to be great.
We're not going to be good, but we hope we'll be entertaining.
There will be screaming because I've never done battlegrounds before, and Caitlin's going to make me do them, and it's going to be so scary.
We both normally play casters, so the fact that we have to be in melee range is going to be terrifying. Ooh, no. So, it won't be. We'll be awful, but it'll be funny.
Good times.
We'll also, you can subscribe, rate, and review Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, Google Play, and more.
If you review, we shout you out. See? Like Ham. So, reviews.
And I have a goal in my brain if I want to get to 100 reviews by the end of the year. So you guys have to do it because I want my goal to be achieved.
Please, even if you don't have Apple, you can still review us on Apple.
Yeah. I hate how Apple makes it super hard to review, but please try. Please do it. I don't understand why it's so, Apple's the only one that matters.
Look, if we do get to 100, I will personally shout out every single one of you on my EA rant behind, After Dark recording. So if you want to hear that, get us to 100 and then, become a patron.
That rant's going to be 15 hours long.
It's already 5 pages long, so...
Speaking of Patreons, we have one.
We have one.
Mm-hmm. So if you go find us on Patreon, which you're Under the Plumbob Podcast, then if you decide that you want to donate some doll hairs to us, which you don't have to, because we're still going to be free, but if you want to get on our Discord channel, it means you can talk to us and other Simizens in the Discord channel, then you can donate. And then we also have merch, which is pretty sweet. There's a mug. I'm using it right now.
I love the mug.
And we have bags and tote bags and stuff like that. Really cool times. So yeah, do that. Find us. Become a patron on Patreon. Mm-hmm.
Please.
Thanks to Roxy for helping us with the research. I would say thank to you, Caitlin, but you're on the episode, so why am I thanking you?
Thank you.
And as always, thank you to the wonderful fan sites that we get our stuff from. Carl. Thank you.
You're great, Carl.
Baby Carl.
And
I heard the wink that you gave him.
What?
I heard it. I heard that Carl. There was a pause, and I was like, she just winked at him.
I did. I really did. I was like, thank you, Carl.
And also, I know Marissa's not here, so I'm going to do it in her stead. Thanks, Tim from Seattle-ish.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
But also, thank you guys for listening and for loving the game like we do. We are ridiculously big nerds about this. And so we love that we get to hang out with you guys once a week, virtually.
Absolutely. Super fun.
Yeah.
And all of the links will be in the show notes. I'm also going to put the link to that Funny or Die video of Melissa Joan Hart with the cup in the show notes, too, just so you guys can have it. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious. If you know who Melissa Joan Hart is and why it's so funny, she was freaking Sabrina the Teenage Witch, guys.
Yeah, she was.
The original Sabrina.
So, yes. Okay. Anything else, guys? Any final thoughts? Any Jerry Springer final thoughts?
I think it's time to go back to the real world.
I'm going to make pancakes.
Yeah. I have to go and deliver 45 cupcakes to my friend for her gender reveal thing.
Me?
So
Can I have one?
I mean,
what kind of cupcakes are they?
They're filled with Swiss meringue buttercream, and yeah.
What colors of buttercream?
I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to risk anybody finding out before my friend gets a chance to. Look, I know it's not going to happen, but I'm very paranoid about this.
Going to tell?
Okay, fine.
Plus, it doesn't matter. Gender is a construct, people. But she asked me to make these cupcakes, and I'm not a fucking Republican Christian whatever baker, so I don't refuse to do shit for people just because I don't agree with it.
Okay. I just want a cupcake. I'll go to your fucking party for a cupcake.
If I ever come visit you, or you ever come visit me, which you totally are free to do, I will make you cupcakes.
Sweet, I'm down. Okay. I mean, I'm always down to visit people in general, and also cupcakes. You just sweeten the deal.
So there you go.
Okay, guys. So we're going to go back to the real world where I'm going to make pancakes. Ava's going to deliver cupcakes for gender non-conforming children, and Caitlin is going to...
I don't know.
Caitlin's going to exist. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Nox.
What?
It's the opposite of Lumos. Lumos turns the light on. Nox turns the light off.
I heard Max. I was like, who? Max? Who's Max?
I say mischief managed.
Oh, yeah.
Mischief managed.
We should do a countdown. Do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Mischief managed. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Close enough.
Badish. Dag dag.
We are Plumbob shoot, I messed up already. Okay,